So, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Lais, and I will present for you about 3D development for the web. And this is my first time doing a big talk like this, and I'm a little bit nervous, so if I start to speak Portuguese, please let me know. So, let's get started. You might be wondering, why 3D? For me, it started because of video games. Who never wanted to have Yoshi as a pet in real life? And I started to learn web development, and later on, Macromedia Flash was finally created. And the possibility to bring 3D for our website started to be possible. So let me explain to you, what is 3D? 3D, in a simple way, is something that has width, height, and depth. Real world is 3D. We are 3D. Sorry, my mic's falling. But it was hard to develop before. But now, we have refined tools to create 3D for the web in a clean and nice way. You could think that 3D is not for you, but I will share with you today why I think 3D is the future of the internet. I can easily raise here 3 main reasons. The first and most important point is 3D enhances the user experience. Imagine a festival with a lot of performance and exhibitions. A festival with this kind of size needs a huge place in order to have all of this working together. So how can you help your users to know more about the place, the festival, without overwhelming them with a lot of information? Well, Expo Dubai solved this problem in a perfect way. They created a 3D virtual experience of the festival, so the user can be immersive on the festival before it started, and at the same time navigate and find out more about the places and about which kind of presentations is happening there. And another successful example that I could show here today is the IKEA AR experience. They created an app where the users can place 3D models of the furniture in your house before buying. And the result of it was IKEA saw the online sales be increased in 42% because of the experience. And this is just some of the many examples that I could show here today about how 3D could improve the user experience. It's so fun. So the next question that you might ask is, okay, 3D is nice, but how can I incorporate it in my website? And how long it would take? And the answer is less than you thought. Another reason why I think 3D is the future of the internet is we can build reusable components for the web to make 3D elements so much faster now, and we can use them in an endless amount of ways. I think everyone knows here that develop a website is something that requires a lot of code and time to be done. And us, as a developer, we always want to make this process faster and in a way that we are not repeating ourselves and doing the same task over and over again. But let me illustrate to you what I'm talking about. Who here likes to dance? I can see that we have a lot of dancers here. I also love to dance, but I'm really bad at it. But I'm also a developer, and I love to develop solutions for my problems. So why not make a character that can dance for me? We have 2 things happening on this screen. The first one that I think you might have noticed is this nice lady making the 3D choreography. And another one is that we have here 1 line of code. Here, I'm basically instantiating a lady that has an action, that is dance thriller. And when we create a component that can be reusable, we can add another behaviors. For example, we could add another dance style. You see? We have here the same scenario as before. A nice lady dancing and 1 line of code on the corner telling the lady to dance now breakdance style. Of course, that in order to use the lady, I need to create it. But this is the point, right? Create something that's just 1 time and use it as many times as we want. Then having the component created with just 1 change, 1 word, make it possible to have 2 different outputs. But okay, you might think this is just a silly example, a lady dancing. And how about I show to you how it works in a real application? So let's take a moment to have a look at a real client project that I recently worked on. Nexus by Hexagon exists to help their customers to transform their manufacturing business. They serve different industries and customer profiles, and they came to us at Gineta to help them to design and develop a 3D experience to help their customers to explore the Nexus softwares in an enjoyable way. Thank you so much. Let me explain to you what is happening on this screen. Here, we have a potential customer that works on manufacturing, clicking on parts of a model to explore what kind of software Nexus provides that could help their work. Here, I use the same concept that I showed before about having reusable components in order to create and add as many models as the client needs. So far, we worked on a 3D experience for an electric car, the wind turbine that I just showed to you in the last slides, also an airplane, and we have more models planned to come. And as I said, we can add as many models as we want, but we can go even further. If now they decide that they want an AR experience, we can literally reuse all the components that we already created and prepared to create a totally new experience. And last but not least, 3D can be just delightful. I showed to you that we can use 3D models to build beautiful websites, but this is just one of the many things that we can build using 3D technologies. Does anyone here knows the Wowers website? Just if you don't know it, it's basically a website where you can register your website, and then they vote which website is better in terms of UX, UI, and creativity. And if you go for the winner section on this website, we could note something that those websites have in common. Almost all of them have some 3D elements in their websites. And this is not a coincidence, because 3D creates emotions. It leaves a mark in the user. And I hope that you guys always remember my talk too, because I hope that I will leave a mark in you too. And we can let our creative roll and create anything that we have in mind. So it opened a whole new world of possibilities to create unique websites. Yeah, it's very nice. And I hope that inspires you to consider 3D in your digital products, because it can enhance the user experience. It's so much easier to develop now and just some more fun. And thank you so much, you guys.